My favorite show that we have is when we perform together, because it really gets them going, because they really get a kick out of the fact that we're not only drag sisters, drag mother, daughter, but we're also brothers.
Well, the twins that are matching outfit.
But I'm prettier.
Where?
This is the one that you need to fix. Other way.
No.
Yes.
We switched it.
No.
No, because remember we switched it. Push, pull.
No, but you're going the wrong direction. You need to go this way first.
No. Your right arm. You always start with your right arm.
You need to go this way first.
No, you pop out and pull.
No. I made the dance. How are you telling me?
I know, and we changed it last night, remember?
No, I don't want to change it because I don't know it.
But I don't...
Like this, outward. That's it.
Okay. Spoiler alert, he does everything. Like, I'm sure you guys have got that by now.
Randy has always been unapologetic about him being gay, and I love that so much about him because I'm not like that.
It was always the more sort of kind of, yeah, like I was always...
Jumping off coffee tables.
Yeah, I always liked the like, oh yeah, I was crazy. I was like crazy. Yeah, a lot of...
Nothing has changed. When we were growing up, he really was into like High School Musicals.
And I was young at that point. I was maybe like 10.
And he really, really wanted
the Ashley Tisdale, Sharpay Evans High School Musical Barbie.
We weren't allowed to have that kind of stuff in our house. So for Christmas, I bought it for him.
I completely lost my mind. So I think he almost like snuck it and gave it to me like the night before and was like, you can't tell Dad, but I got you something.
He cried and he tried to hide it and the parents found it and it was like this big whole thing. I knew from like that moment it would be my job to take care of him and lead him in to the gay community the proper way because I knew the hardships that come with it.
It was almost kind of like a secret gift between the two of us, and I feel like that was almost kind of like, that was like, you know, the first pin in, you know, our journey together. You're gonna sit now, wow.
We come from a Hispanic background. Our mom is Canadian, but our dad is Hispanic from El Salvador. To have 3 sons and 2 of them end up being gay is a lot. So there was an incident and I moved out of my house when I was 15 years old. And I haven't lived at home since I was 15. Fuck. There definitely was times where there didn't seem like there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I needed to find something that made me happy. So the first time I went out in drag, I went completely by myself. I saved up money and I bought everything that I thought I knew. There was no YouTube, there was no nothing. As scared as I was, I wanted to do it by myself for the first time because I wanted to see if I could do it, if this was something that I wanted. We ended up living together before he was a drag queen, and we were living downtown, and so he would come and carry my suitcases to the bar and he'd sit there and watch me. He was like my little assistant.
Do you have any memories, Isis, from when you lived here?
My memories involve you being intoxicating me, carrying you home.
Oh my God, like what, there's so much more. Like, I don't know what you always are harping on that. Isis literally has revitalized the Ottawa drag scene. She does this because she loves this and she just wants people to see not just her, but Ottawa drag as what it is. And that's, you know, a bitchin' city. The first time I saw her perform, I immediately fell in love and was just like, oh my goodness, I want like an ounce of the star power that, you know, that this person like brings to the table. But I also felt really inspired to kind of find my niche where I can express my creativity like that. The first time I ever did drag, catastrophe. I was not prepared. I was not comfortable. I thought I was like gonna be sickening and so good. And I bought myself, you know, like new wigs and like a fierce outfit. And it was just like not good from start to finish. I performed in a swimsuit with a crop jacket and Payless Comfort Plus women's working shoes. Needless to say, wasn't my top moment. Side note, he always says my hair looks like cigarette ash. Because it's like white and black and smoky. I like being a blonde.
Is that blonde?
It's
blonde adjacent.
Well, what would you call it?
Cigarette ash.
Oh my God.
He lives his fantasy on the stage, and that's what's most important to him. So for me to see him living in that fantasy that makes him so happy, that's what I look for. I just appreciate his company because, you know, I get to see my brother at least, you know, once a week or once every other week, even if it's just for an hour to do his makeup.
It's the gum.
It's too filling.
Can you open your hand?
No, you're not spitting in my hand.
Oh.
There's a garbage can right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't even bend myself. Because we are still brothers at the end of the day, our dynamic gets, it switches a lot quicker than most people. So I wouldn't say that we fight, but we have maybe like, you know, like serial discussions. If we added like red embellishments to the mermaid gown, you could wear it together if you really wanted to. I would take off the shoulder piece though, because then like
you're gonna wear a
lot.
headpiece?
No, you. It's whatever you want, Heather.
Do that tomorrow before you come. I'll fix my outfit.
Okay, Heather.
After me and Randy left, it then also gave my mom permission to leave. So they are now separated and she's now remarried, which is wonderful. My mom is the biggest supporter in the whole entire world. She always knew that me and my brother were gay and always accepted us, but in her own way, secretively, because that's the only way that she could. When she moved on from that situation, she was able to speak it verbally to us, and her way of doing that was coming to my drag show with my brother, you know, with her friends, with my cousins, and now I can't get rid of her.
If I'm being honest, I feel like my mom is such a fag hag. I love it so much. She loves us. She loves drag. She was another big part and reason why I, you know, feel so comfortable and why I am so, you know, obnoxious and loud and exuberant. She was the one who would let me hang my Ashley Tisdale poster, and she was the one who would let me, you know, like buy something like this and like not tell dad about that. It's definitely nice to kind of have her be there and really see essentially what she has helped created.
It has gotten to a point with my brother, my mom, and my new stepdad that this is the way that I always wanted to be. Everyone now is at a point with the drag, with the gay, everyone's happy, everyone gets along. So that one thing that I needed to be happy, which was drag, to kind of snap me out of everything that I felt that was bad and put me in a dark place, it has served its purpose. So now I'm just doing it for enjoyment until my legs can't do it anymore.